Let's have a closer look at the first pictures of HAAS's 2022 F1 car. It's the first car of the new F1 car generation, and although these are only basic renderings with an older spec, there are quite some interesting features to talk about. First of all, let's talk about flow fields. Previously, F1 cars created a lot of outwash with their front wings, front axles and bargeboard areas. They did this to push the low-energy front wheel wake as much outboard as possible. They then pulled high-energy air from above down towards the rear center, where it created lots of downforce with diffuser, T-wing, rear wing and barrel area. The result behind the car was that this clean and now used air was pushed upwards, and because of that, the dirty wake of the sides was pulled inboard. So the result for the car behind was that it got lots of dirty air, and since they used large wings to generate downforce, they lost huge amounts of it. The new rules try to do it exactly the other way around. The cars rely more on downforce generated by the floor, which is less sensitive to dirty air than wings. The new rules then try to avoid outwash, so front wing, front axle and bargeboard area are much simpler. So there is less low-energy wake at the side of the car, and instead the wake stays closer to the car's center. The wake should then be pushed up with the downforce generating elements at the back, and the clean air from the sides will be pulled towards the center. The result is that there is cleaner air behind the car, and it's easier to follow. And this is exactly what engineers will try to avoid, because no one wants low-energy wake on their downforce-generating elements. And now let's have a look which design trends we can see at the new HAAS. Let's start with the front. The new regulations allow 4 closed sections within the front wing box. Interesting at the HAAS now is that the first element is not attached to the nose in the center. The result is a large first element across the span close to the ground, which creates more downforce than a front wing that is only attached to the sides of the nose. But it also creates a structural challenge because the small connectors between first and second element now have to take the huge loads. The nose itself looks slimmer than the show car nose, which is no surprise because teams try to get as much energy as possible further downstream. So they try to obstruct that center flow as little as possible. The new rules try to avoid the outwash design of the past, but with the shape of the front wing box we will see some outwash designs like in recent years. Another nice detail is the angle change of the top flap element, which could later be used to adjust the wing. But such an angle step within the flap creates little vortices that current F1 engineers are familiar with from recent years. It's possible that we see some kind of vortex generators on the front wings, as long as they satisfy Rule 391, only 4 closed sections in any Y-plane. Teams will then try to get as much clean air as possible into the underbody intake, so a raised front suspension still remains. But the shape of the front bodywork changed significantly and leaves less space for pushrod suspensions. HAAS showed a pushrod system, but pull-rod front suspensions could become a new standard. Although it has been said that barge boards are not there anymore, the outer separator of the underbody effectively works like a barge board and pushes the front rear wake outboard, but only the lower part. The new flaps on top of the front wheels help to delay the separations of the rotating front wheels and clean the wake a bit. Additionally, these devices could be used to create some downwash to reduce the wake size and also drag clean air further down for more downforce at the back. The side pod inlets are fairly high and follow the main philosophy of past years. The side pods have a large undercut underneath to get lots of energy towards the back. Also, the horizontal mirror stays can help to increase downwash. The back of the bodywork is much tighter, which is now possible because louvers in the back are allowed again. The slim bodywork becomes even more important now with the reintroduction of the beam wing. This one sits right above the diffuser exit and increases its performance, so engineers will try to get as much clean air here as possible. A small shark fin is retained to help to keep the front rear wake outboard in corners. Interesting is that we don't see a DRS system here and no slot gap separators, although we see the shortened profile in the middle, as you design it to reduce the V separations caused by a separator. Also, from 2022 there must be 3 pairs of separators with 1 in the center. So the times of 2 separator pairs are over now. All in all, it looks like an exciting season lies ahead of us, and let's see how the cars will change until the first test. Let me know how you like the new 2022 HAAS car in the comments below.